Alex here with a legal nuts and bolts video. The topic is venue. If you haven't seen the previous video, please watch it because I cover forum non-conveniens, which is basically the legal principle which is raised when somebody's complaining that you've sued them in the wrong forum and they want your matter to be thrown out, and basically either you're going to give up or you're going to sue them in the correct forum, which would be a different state or the federal government. Anyway, as I mentioned in my previous video, once you figured out what state you're supposed to sue someone or federal government, so for example, let's say Nevada, once you figured out that you're supposed to sue somebody in Nevada, that's your forum. Now you have to figure out what venue is appropriate, and this can get a little bit hairy in Nevada. The statutes that determine the appropriate venue can change, and I think they have changed quite a bit. I'm not sure if they have, and I'm not going to look into it because that's up to the person who wants to figure out the details as to how venue works. I'm here to just let you know that it's a thing, that it matters, and that your case will be dismissed if you don't at least look into it and find out if you're suing somebody in the appropriate venue. Now, just like in my last video, I'll give you a few general principles. So my understanding is that you're supposed to sue the person, you're supposed to sue in the venue that the defendant resides in. So if you've been wronged by somebody who resides in Washoe County, you shouldn't sue, which is the venue within Nevada, you shouldn't sue them in Clark County. Now this can get a little complicated because depending on the wrong, if it's some kind of issue with like with a landlord, well, the landlord can live clear across the state, but in landlord-tenant cases, the venue is based on where the property is. So if you live in Clark County, it doesn't matter where your landlord is, even though you're suing them. You live in Clark County, and venue works differently for matters concerning real property. Now, again, please check this for yourself. I'm just giving you general principles and ideas that I've kind of thought about and looked into. I haven't really had to deal with venue in any of my cases. I have thought about having to deal with it before because my ex, I don't think she lives in Nevada anymore. I don't know where she lives. I don't know where she is. Nobody knows where she is. But I've moved from Second Judicial District, which is Washoe County, and I now live in Clark County. And Clark County is also known as Eighth Judicial. And I've looked at it and I've thought about maybe filing a motion to change venue from Washoe County to Clark County because I live here now. Well, I don't even know if I can do that. I only really glazed over the statutes, but one thing I noticed is that you can't really ask the court to change venue until there's a matter before the court. So somebody has to have asked the court to do something. And even then, it looks like the only person who can ask for a change of venue would be the non-moving party. So my ex would have to file some kind of motion up there for me to be able to go and say, hey, can we change venue to Clark County? I don't even think I could file a motion and ask for the change. I think it's just the case is just going to be stuck there. But of course, check the statutes for yourself. Also, I just mentioned, inadvertently, I mentioned that you can change venue. So you could file a case in a certain judicial district in Nevada, and it's appropriate, but then later on, through unforeseen circumstances, another venue becomes appropriate. So you may be able to change a venue even though you've started, in one venue. So I also mentioned that venues were basically broken down by county, but that's not actually 100% true. Our judicial district courts are broken down by county, but we also have municipal and yeah, that's right. We have municipal court. We have municipalities where the justice courts and the municipal courts operate out of. So, for example, if you're filing like a small claims action, well, that's going to be in one of the justice courts, and justice courts are their venue is determined by the municipality. So, if you lived in Henderson and you were wronged by a person who lives in Las Vegas, and your case is a big dollar case and it's going in the district courts, well, it's going to be in the district courthouse. You guys are both in the same, you're both in the same county. But if they wronged you for a small amount of money and you're going to sue them in small claims, you got to be careful because that's in the justice court and they're in a different municipality. So you need to look into venue and make sure you sue them in the right justice court. If you sue them in Henderson Justice Court, they may raise a big stink about it and demand that the venue's changed. So just a few things. Again, I'm going to reiterate, I'm not trying to tell people exactly what to do when it comes to venue issues. I'm just trying to tell people that it is a thing it can cause havoc in your case. You need to look into it. And of course, now you have the name of what it's called. It's called venue. So you'll be able to look it up in the statutes. Now you have a keyword that you can look for. Or if you have to look into like Scholar.Google or LexisNexis or Westlaw, again, you can use that keyword and you'll be able to find some case law on it. So with that, I'm going to end this video.